Well, hello and good evening, and happy Sunday to all of you. Hopefully, you're not wasting your time watching a scripted sports game because that's exactly what it is. Because it's not illegal to fix a sport game. Oh, it's good beer. But it is illegal to slaughter people, rape children, and act like a fucking buffoon on the planet. Whether or not anything comes of it, we'll never know. Because no one really knows what goes on because none of us are in the bureaucrat playwright. So we don't technically know what exactly is going on. And we all know that the internet is broken because you can only really get 2 pages worth of actual information in a Google search. Excuse me, the CIA Google search. Regardless, there are a few ways to look at this situation. One way is to understand it from the lizard people slash New World Order slash Zionist, viewpoint that the whole thing is a false flag and the United States were the ones sending actually the rockets, and it's just a way to slush fund $8 billion from the U.S. Treasury. So I guess we're not gonna. So I guess the fucking Ukraine war is over, and now we're back to the Israeli war against Palestine. What the fuck? I just had that conundrum as I started talking about this. Holy shit. Wow. I guess that's where we are now. I guess that's where we're at. Okay, so as I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself. So we are neither, you're neither looking at it from that viewpoint, right? Or you're looking at it from the uh, unbegun viewpoint, the left brain, right brain, letter next to the name, political act thought. And those geniuses, which consists of, so from the Republican side, get out my way, I got to get me a breakfast burrito from Buc-ee's. Those nasty terrorists are done fighting with Israel, and we got to done send them some money, and then they can blow the fucking shit out of them. Okay, I mean, there's that viewpoint as well. There's the viewpoint from the liberal world. I don't even like saying that world liberal. I like saying the left, the left viewpoint. Their viewpoint would be that this is all Israel's fault, and how dare they go and do the things that they do to Palestine and all this other nonsense. How dare they? Don't they know who I am? And all that other stupid shit. Something out of the Alexander Cortez wing of thought. And then there is maybe this is actually true. And Iran, along with Afghanistan and Palestine, and all those people got together and took the leftover equipment that we left in Afghanistan, gave it to Hamas, and they put together a little crew of monkeys and shot some rockets. Missiles, rockets, whatever. Did a mini invasion, raped and tortured people like the monkeys that they are. That could very well be true. The very question is now, what happens now? I mean, honestly, what has been happening? The same thing over and over is what is happening. We're told one thing, they perform another. Their idealisms are what they are. We are not allowed to have our own. And you're lucky you're fucking living. So which one of the three avenues is it? Well, I would like to conjecture that it could be all three. Right? Maybe it's just all three, all wrapped into one moment of what the fuck just happened, right? So you could say it's I don't know what you could say. Actually, now that I think about it, what can you say? I mean, is it a false flag to now wipe the Ukraine war off the map? So now what? Now there's no more Ukraine war? That's all gone now. It's all done. It's done. Ukraine lost all that land, all that, just so the United States can send natural gas to Germany on a fucking boat and charge premium for it. Barack Obama, under the guise of Condoleezza Minute Rice, went and overthrew the Ukrainian government in 2014. I know because I was there. I was living in St. Petersburg at the time. Overthrew the government to, I don't know, do what with it, do whatever the fuck they wanted with it. Now what? Right? So then that war starts. All this to increase NATO. What is the purpose of NATO? You're trying to tell me that none of these European countries can fend themselves against Russia? I don't understand this. Like, the Russian army should have been in Kiev in about an hour. why didn't they go there? Either they're not that good, or I don't know, the whole thing's fixed to a certain degree, right? But regardless, those two regions, the Donbass and whatever the other one is, no one really remembers because I don't remember. I used to remember. I don't remember anymore. That's gone, right? That's gone. The breadbasket of Europe with all that beautiful wheat and things that they grow there, that's all gone. God knows who the hell runs it now. Who runs it now? Bill Gates? Monsanto? It doesn't fucking matter because that's over with now. Because, right, we pulled out of Afghanistan only to circumvent the supplies, money, and attention, the focus to the Ukraine, and accomplished what in particular? Like, what did we accomplish by doing all that? I would really like to know. We left, God, man, billions of dollars worth of equipment in Afghanistan. Where did it all go? Who got it? Well, you could say the whatever the hell that group of clowns that were there robbing and destroying women over there. What the hell were they called? Don't even remember anymore. So they neither got it. Well, they did get it. And they shared some of it with Hamas and Iran, right? Because Iran went over there into Afghanistan. Remember when Trump was president and some scumbag went over there and then they killed his ass? Or was that in Iraq? Some Iranian douchebag went over there and they blew him up. So you're trying to tell me they didn't go into Palestine, they didn't go in Afghanistan and orchestrate the running of some guns and power and money? I'm just curious. Maybe I'm just living in, like I said, part of this is, of course, looking at it through the guise of the Matrix code. So, what does that do for the realm of it, right? If this is all real, or like I said, I'm trying to look at it from all three views, from the lizard people running the worldview to the breakfast, Bucky's breakfast burrito / organic apple, low life, leftist clown / Matrix. You're supposed to really believe all of it, and it's really not real. And what really is happening is what's really happening. I don't know what to make of it. Like, what do you make of it? What do you want to make of it? What do you want to believe is being made of it? Because I don't know. I don't know what to believe. Well, I do know what to believe. Let me take that back. I don't know what to believe in sense of what I don't like what I'm hearing in terms of that. I don't want to believe that that is what's actually happening, because what is actually did actually happen, I don't want to believe because it's horrible. Because again, that's not the way humanity is supposed to act. So it's fucked up. And everyone involved is fucked up. And everything we hear about the whole thing is fucked up. It's a fucked up world we live in. It's a crazy world we live in. So it's a couple angles to believe here. Well, excuse me. There's a couple angles to analyze and format into what we can believe, what we're seeing. Right? And how many years is Netanyahu going to be in power? This dude has been in power since I was a fucking young man. This dude's still holding it down. Is there an election like every year? Every year there's an election in Israel? It seems like every year he's getting reelected. I'm just wondering. Did Israel just let its guard down? Could it be that the leftism crawled its way into the bowels of Israel and told everyone they need to have an open mind and have a veggie sandwich? And now everyone's paying for it? I'm just wondering. Because if I'm Netanyahu and I have the chance, if I have the chance, I'm killing all of them people that helped cause this in my government. I've been doing a lot of on the side of what I actually study in terms of business. I've been doing a lot of reading recently on the emperors, not this again, not the Stoicism side, because that's the philosophy you're supposed to follow. The actions of the philosophical Stoic men. Don't forget Marcus Aurelius. Yes, he wrote Meditations, but he was also still the emperor, and he had fucking battles going down. Okay, and often had to meet with generals and help plan fucking the destruction of a motherfucker. That's the side of this shit no one ever speaks of. The masculine side. The understanding that this is a fucking man's world side. Anyway, if I have the chance to, and if I had martial law, they would all be dead. If I was him, this guy was a former fucking jet pilot who whooped fucking ass up and down the street. You have to snuff out the cancer, because if you allow it to grow, if you don't stop it, it will consume you. I'll never forget that. So regardless of what I think, I would love to know what all of you think. It'd be nice to hear what you have to say. I believe that it's a combination of all three. The Zionism, the Ionism, right? Which is the political formality, and the um, Lizardism. This is a big deal, man. This is a big mess. This is a big mess. I wonder if it's a conspiracy that we couldn't get another. Well, what were they trying to get sent to Ukraine? Another billion, something ridiculous, right? Another 30 billion. Well, we'll just we'll just settle on. I'll tell you what. Let's end this here, and let's just uh, send it to Israel, but we'll only send 8 billion. The people will go along with that. They have no problem going along with that. No one has to worry about doing that. Oh my God. Oh, that's good beer. Modelo, baby. I actually like the Modelo Negro. It is a really good quality dark beer. Oh, man, that's good. It is a really quality dark beer. I find it lighter than the IPAs and all them super hoppy beers, but it still has full flavor. That's why I like Yingling a lot. Which they just now started getting it down here in Texas, which is weird. I always thought it was down here, but apparently when I got here, they're like, hey, that hasn't been here for a long time. Only a few places ever had it, but whatever. I'm a big Sam Adams cherry wheat fan. I like that. I like Sam Adams Light. Yes, I think cherry wheat's my favorite flavor that they make. I do like a good hard cider. I've had other beers besides I've had other ciders besides Angry Orchard, and some are good, some are not. I mean, if it's sweet, then it's good. It's really like kind of like a chick drink, but I like the sweetness. I'm a big fan of fruit, so um, I love watermelon and blueberries, and apples. I don't know. I grew up on apples. My dad loved apples, so I loved apples. Peaches. I mean, there's apple farms and peach farms in New Jersey, so I used to go up there and get them by those big wicker crates. You know those wicker crates that they have where they sell the food on the side of the road, $10 per wicker back barrel, whatever. And of course blueberries at the ass. So that's like kind of engraved in my blood. blueberry blueberry yogurt, blueberry pie, blueberry strudel, blueberry ice cream, you name it, I fucking have had it in blueberry. I grew up in the blueberry capital of the world, so it's nothing new to me. Regardless, back to reality. Your son's on crack, and your daughter's got nut stains on her back. Right? So what do you do now if you're Israel? Right? You're about to. I don't. Why do we need to send them money? They don't have enough troops and guns and ammunition. Like I'm a little verklempt here. They don't have enough of this. They're not allowed to have this. What are we talking about here? Why do they need 8 billion in aid? They have enough nuclear missiles to wipe out like everyone in that region. They could single-handedly kill Iran. Why do they need $8 billion? How many Americans are there? 400 million? Something like that? I don't remember all these stats. I used to be really good at this stuff. Then I smoked too much. But it's irrelevant. Why are they getting the money? Yeah, so where are we? We're about 333 million. Well, that's pretty good. So 333 million divided by 8 billion. It's about 4 cents per person. So that's not enough. So that's why they figure they would do it. Because that's not something we can justify. Over $100 billion to the Ukraine. Trying to tell me that the government can't send you money every month? Bullshit. It's fucked up, man. It's an evil world we live in. But it's fucked up. What's crazy is that you actually have people willing to go and do this, willing to go into an area, shoot rockets, kill people, rape little girls, and just here we all are like, oh, the Cowboy game is on. They're about to get their fucking ass whipped by the 49ers. I didn't see that coming. I must have lost that bet. I live in Texas, so I know how these fucking retards think. And the fucking Cowboys. God. It doesn't matter. It's all fixed anyway. Remember, it's not illegal to fix a sports game. It is not illegal to fix a sports game. I like to think hockey is not fixed, but even Alexander Ovechkin said that it was fixed. Well, he said it when he lost, but still, I think they played Ottawa one year. This was back in like 2010, 8, 9. And he came out and he said that he thinks that it's fixed. No, regardless, I'd like to hope not because I'm a hockey fan. I think football's pretty much over at this point. You can't tackle anybody. You can't even tackle somebody. You can't tackle the quarterback. The quarterback should just have flags on, like flag football. And the only way to sack them is to flag football them, is to pull the flag. And then every other player on the field can hit. You're pretty much watching flag football with fucking pads. Doesn't mean these guys aren't in phenomenal shape. Doesn't mean they're not alpha males. Doesn't mean they're not, bad motherfuckers. It's just the fucking way it is, dude. What are you gonna do? What the fuck? You know? Whatever. Anyway, if you're Netanyahu, what do you do? Where do you go? Right? But where do you go to operate in this situation? Like, what do you do in this situation? Seriously, what do you do? You know? Like, you're at war now. Like, I wouldn't, if that was me, like, it'd be women to the left, men to the right. Like, no fucking around. And if they got out of line, they were dead. That's what they should be doing at the border. And I would only be letting the women in. Fuck. What are you gonna do? You know what you can do? Nothing. Just nothing you can do. Because we're not in charge. We have the power, but there's not enough of us that know how to be collectively grouped or collectively come together in order to take the power that's needed. Right, because if voting ever meant anything, you would never be allowed to do it. Mark Twain. Greatest statement ever. What can you do? Honestly. No one's coming to save us. No one's coming to help you. What can you do? Answer, nothing. Where are you going to go? There's nowhere to go. They will come for you. They will come for us. Google controls everything. Right? Google controls it all. What can you do? Nothing. I would say the first thing that you need to do outside of this whole situation is you have to start understanding that you have to believe in yourself. You gotta believe that whatever you are trying to achieve is achievable. Because if others have achieved it, then you can achieve it. You can do it. You don't need anyone else to tell you how to do it. You can do it. Action is what. Look, I'm not saying philosophy isn't a wonderful thing, but I can't think of the swordsman's, the samurai's name, but the quote that he made was absolutely phenomenal. And he said, um, people recognize their plans, but dread. No. People romanticize their plans, but dread the execution. Right. So the beauty that you're looking for is in the work that you're trying not to do. Right. So you have got to believe in your ability to achieve things. And yeah, you can write it down, and it can be one thing at a time, one thing at a time, right? I forget the acronym for focus. It's really beautiful that I heard one time. It's it doesn't matter. What matters is that you can do it. That would be the first thing that I suggest that you recognize. Right? Trust yourself. The second thing I would say is not to I would say the second thing is not listen to those that tell you that you can't do it. I mean, Alexander the Great did not listen to people that told him that he couldn't do it. You'll never go that far. You'll never make it that far. He pushed past the known world. They knew that the land went further from where they conquered. But what they knew of and the rivers that were told to them, they never saw them. Right? There's nothing impossible to him who will try. Whether that was Alexander the Great or not, I don't know. But you know, you can't listen to those who tell you that it's not possible. Right. The acronym of focus is follow one course until success. I just found it here on my Pinterest. Follow one course until success. It's just one thing at a time. You'll be amazed how far you're going to get. The third rule, I would say, the third thing is you have got to take the action. Right? If you want to understand the universe, think of energy, frequency, and vibration. So the first thing, knowing what I know about Nikola Tesla, he did not put those things out of order because he didn't know what he was talking about. Energy, so the thought, the belief, the inner belief, the frequency of the goal, the problem, the idea, the battle. Is it a strong opponent? Is it a smart opponent? Is it a game of chess? Is it a game of Sudoku? Is it a game of shogi? The frequency of the battle and vibration. Are you calm? Are you angry? Is it a game of 81 points like a shogi board? Or 64 like a chessboard? What is it? Vibration. That is what separates you from the rest. And I'm going to leave it there because there's not much more to say. There's not much more to believe. I mean, our government did our part. I'm helping, right? The little Ralph Wiggum thing. They should just put the 8-point M. They should just put 8, like they remember when people would put the Belgian flags on the Facebook when Belgium was attacked by the terrorists and they had a little Ralph Wiggum meme. I'm helping. Right, so just put the 8M on top of the Ralph Wiggum, and that's the United States. Why they need the money? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Maybe they're not selling enough Dead Sea salt cream to these slobs at the kiosks in the fucking in the malls. Regardless, that's where we are. But remember those rules I told you. In order to come out of this matrix slash lizard people slash idealisms point matrix and how it operates. I wish you all the very best. I'll speak with you all soon. Be good to each other. Love your children. Fathers, raise your boys. Mothers, raise your boys to be men. Fathers, raise your daughters because they're going to become mothers too. And especially you mothers, raise daughters to be mothers, not cunts. You put your children in these schools. These teachers are not fucking Aristotle. Remember that. These kids listen to these teachers as a form of authority. And when they come home to you, you're not a form of authority. Especially if you don't act like it in the household. Do your homework with your child. You know, why did you have them if you don't have the ability to put in the effort to raise them? That's the epidemic of the Black community. A whole nother topic. Regardless. Education is not the key, but wisdom. Make sure they're good at math. Make sure they can communicate. And make sure that they understand and read some level of philosophy. I don't care if it's from religion. I don't care if it's, Voltaire. Make sure they get it and they understand it and discuss it with them. God forbid you learn something. Be good to yourselves. But take no shit. Take no shit from anybody. That's not the American way. God be with you. God bless the Republic. What's left of it. So long, everybody.